Welcome back to Hallmark Never Stop Blowing Up. I am here with our Hallmark Heroes for the final episode of their adventure to save Hallmark from international terrorist for hire Polaris Rome. Johnny Evans. You came to this final event thinking it was a slam dunk for you. Then you were pulled aside by Holly's rival, Hailey Barris, ultimately betraying your fiancé. Trish outed you to the whole crowd as well. Then everyone believed you were a dog, even Troy Darlington, enemy of seemingly everyone. Trish, Patty, Patricia Kaek. You'd got everything ready. You made sure that Cole and Holly ended up having a dance together, having that moment to connect, trying to do your best for that family. And Johnny Evans compared himself to you, and you told him to drop dead. Cole, Mississippi. You were pulled aside by Holly's grandmother, who told you that maybe she had made a mistake in supporting Johnny Evans' proposal to Holly, and that she wanted to balance it out by giving you the same heartfelt ring with a family history in what might be one of the weirdest offers to balance out life, but she's old. She's doing her best, and she made a weird call, but you embraced it wholeheartedly. You ended up dancing with Holly, and when she found out that Johnny had kissed Hailey Barris before leaving, not hearing the rest of the information that was given to the town, you went and spoke with her, trying to console her, and ultimately confessed your love, at which point she also ran away from you. Holly, it has been an evening of surprises. You were in a dress, engaged in this whirlwind, supported by your sister, expected to have an evening with Johnny, only for him to betray you. And when you ran off, Cole came to comfort you after a heartfelt dance, and then he confessed his love for you, and you fled, overwhelmed yet again by surprise, by change, and you ran out into the driveway. And that's when you were caught in the stab lights of two helicopters circling overhead as this army of wealthy tourist bodyguards raised their weapons and prepared to execute you as the Uber Baron Axel Stormborn declared that you were part of the group that had destroyed the Fimbulwinter Ski Resort, killed the Hacker Collective, and destroyed the submarine, which, honestly, you were.
Yeah.
And now it may all be over, because there's no chance to become Chestnut King and Queen if your enemies are finding you. Your friends stand inside the castle, seeing you stand outside as this happens. This could be the end of America. The end of Hallmark and the end of all of you, depending on the choices that you make here and now. Holly, what do you do?
Holly stands for a moment as the helicopter surges overhead, and then she's been to this castle a few times. She knows that there's fountains with big fish out front, and so she's gonna start running for that and dive behind it.
Great. So you are diving behind or into the fountain at the center of this driveway?
We're just getting into it.
Holly begins sprinting towards this fountain. Can you roll me a stunts DC 2?
Oh, I like
I've got
that.
this.
I roll a 1, but it's a max now. It's a maximum dice now.
Yes. Do it. Use it.
That
The
one is
only
max
thing
dice.
I will flag, because I want all of you to remember with your once per episodes, this is the final episode.
Right.
So any once per episodes, it's the last time you get to use that power. I'm not saying you can't use it here.
That's true.
I'm just pointing that out for anybody who wants to track it.
What are the odds you're ever going to roll another one?
Let's blow it up.
Yeah, never stop blowing up.
Yeah,
I just don't want to cheat you of anything
Thank
later.
you.
Where you're like, why didn't you say that, Ryan?
All right. And then a 2. So that's a 10 altogether.
10 altogether. You sprint forwards and dive into the fountain as these tracer rounds start chasing you forwards. You are ducked down behind a giant stone angel. It's being shot at only to reveal that there is a metallic skeleton underneath, which means the bullets are pinging off. You are in a safe position until these forces begin to move around to surround you. But you have ducked down and you are in cover. Friends inside. You are looking out at this scene. You see Holly dash forwards and jump into this central fountain. You realize that there are brief moments before you are also identified inside this crowd. You are not hidden figures, and if they figured out Holly, they figured out you. What do you do?
I think I stay on the balcony, just stuck in my emotions. So I think at this time, I've seen the lights from the helicopters. I've heard the whirl.
You see this all happen.
I've seen it all
just
happen.
from a side position. So you are in the shadows. You are unlit in regards to this front, but you can jump down. It's about 8 feet from where you are to the gravel of this large driveway parkway area.
Yeah. Are there any trees or anything I could possibly scale down?
Absolutely. If you wanted to climb down some ivy on the side of Holiday Castle through the chestnut trees, yes, you can. So roll me a stunts DC 4.
Come on, D10.
You've got this.
It's a 9.
Heck yeah, that absolutely succeeds.
You want to blow it out?
I'm going to blow that
Come on, you might as well.
Yeah.
All right, and let's see here, D12. That's a 6.
Nice.
9 and a 6.
Impressive.
Yeah.
So you get a 15. You spin down this tree effortlessly and end up hiding amongst these vehicles at the side of this driveway, at which point you hear a swirling in the tree behind you, and you look back and you see your brother Jackson and Allegra Dox both sliding down and appearing next to you. No, go back inside. It's dangerous. I'm here to help. You may not know. I thought you might need to get out of here fast. I know you hate when I do things for you, Cole, but I did something. I figured if this went wrong, this is about America. You told me all about everything back when we were at the house and no one else was around. So I know. And I know maybe this wasn't going to work out. So maybe it's just time that you got to race down to that city hall. You got to get there fast. You got to escape this crowd. You got to get there to say that you won the contest. And there's only one way we can do that. Because of your incredibly high roll, you are next to the chicken truck. And Jackson reaches up and pulls aside the cover. And inside, knowing that you were at Holiday Castle at the top of a hill, you see 4 of the finest boxcars you have ever made. Fast enough to race down a mountain, maybe fast enough to outrace cars, maybe even fast enough to outrace helicopters. If you've got the right 4 people to drive them, and there's no one more incredible than your group. Jackson looks back at you and says, you can do this. You can absolutely do this. And Allegra Doc steps forward and says, all right, so I think you can do this too. And she reaches into her mouth and pulls her braces out. Oh. And you realize they slide off because they aren't real. And she stands a little straighter and says, my name is Kim Summers, America Force. I'm a 42-year-old pickpocket. An intelligence agent. You've got to get out of here. You've got to get down there. I stole these for you. And she produces the crowns of the Chestnut King and Queen.
Oh, come on.
Oh my God,
which
they're
I
beautiful.
have here in studio.
Beautiful.
She says, these can get you past Polaris Rome. Convince him. Get in there and complete your mission for America. I'm Kim Summers, special agent. And she leans into you, Cole, before you go and says, also, you were trying to make her feel better, but you kind of really made it about you. Maybe have a little bit more empathy and you'll do better with her.
Okay, yeah. Right.
Fabulous. Get in your boxcars.
Okay.
Also, anywhere else, they'd be soapbox derby racers. I'm sorry, I can't help myself.
What?
Drive the fucking thing and save the country.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait. I know. I'm going to bring my rocket launcher with me.
That's smart. It's right here. And they hand it to you. And you are sitting now in one of your 4 boxcars on top of your car, in the back of the truck, ready to go down this ramp and wheel out if you want to.
Yeah.
What are you going to tell everybody else? Or are you taking the first boxcar and just trusting them to follow?
Well, no, I got to get Holly. She jumped in the water. It's cold. She hasn't been spotted just yet. So
I mean, she has machine guns firing at her from helicopters and the crowd.
I'm tied down.
But if you want it, there's one extra large boxcar for 2.
I'm going to go to Jackson. Jackson.
Yeah.
Here's the skinny.
Okay.
And I take the rocket launcher. I put it in his hands. I need you to get this heat off us. I need you to shoot down one of those helicopters. I know you're good with machines. I'm going to trust you're good with rockets.
I'm a good shooter, but I ain't a good driver. But I am, says Kim Summers.
I was like, oh.
We can go together. Looks like I may have found a partner.
Again, get the heat off us. I'm going for Holly, and we're going to take a ride downtown.
It's time. It's time to do this for America.
For America, brother. I love you.
I love you. If I don't make it, just know that I love you more than anything in the world.
I love you times 10 plus a million.
That's so much. Like predator hand grip again, both of their muscles popping in close up, and then it pans back out. The boxcars are silently, while this machine gun fire is happening, these boxcars are quietly loaded off, and then they climb into the chicken truck, and they both peel out. And you see Jackson, Kim Summers behind the wheel, who you'd thought of as Allegra Dox, now bigger, smarter, clearly more ruthless, pulling off a wig, revealing flowing hair. She's got a gun out the window shooting at people as they run by. Jackson leans out the window and fires the rocket launcher up into the sky. And he, and he hits and he crits. So not only does he fire the rocket launcher, it shoots up, hits one helicopter that pinwheels through the air and hits the other helicopter, both of which crash. There is no air cover as this truck peels out with 2 motorcycles coming after it with machine guns. Chaos is reigning. And this boxcar sprints forwards with 2 other boxcars behind it, just following, empty. Johnny and Trish, you look out to see some of Cole, Mississippi's famed boxcars. Never seen in town, never watched. There was no audience for this before, but now all of the town and all of these wealthy terrorists are watching these boxcars drive. Cole, you swoop out. Can you roll me a stunt? Oh, this would be a drive. DC 14.
Oh,
Can any of us drive? Just before we get into this, can any of us drive successfully? Like, what's our highest drive?
I'm a 6.
D8.
6, 4, 8, 4. Nice. This is gonna be a mess. Let's watch this fucking thing devolve.
This will be -3 because you are trying to protect your friend Holly, so it goes to 11. And then we'll see what happens.
Come on, blow
DC
up.
11 drive.
It's a 3.
Ding, 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 ding.
And how many do I need? It's a 6.
3.
Yeah, so I need to spend 3. Okay, so I'm going to spend 3, and I'm blowing this
Nice.
up.
All righty, you have hit a 6. It blows up.
That's
Natural blow up, which means double your tokens.
I get 4. Sick. I take back what I said about driving.
You didn't know.
All righty, that blows
unlocking
up
it.
as well. So you got a 6, you got an 8.
It's a
Roll your
lot.
D10.
Okay.
We're going to remember.
3 in a row.
That's a 10.
Cole, Mississippi. Doesn't matter the dice.
Damn. New dice.
4.
That is a
Nice.
4. Okay, so we have 6, 8, 10, which is 24, plus 4 is a 28 on DC 14.
Wow.
Cole, you swoop through, reaching out to Holly. Holly, you glance back and see him coming in this machine gun fire. You grab his hand and he swoops you over his back, majestically behind him as he takes this boxcar careening around the corner on 2 wheels. Pulling to the other side, and the wheels come down, and you shoot out from this driveway. No risk, no harm. You fly past the soldiers that were waiting for you and begin screaming down this hill towards town. As he does that, 2 boxcars roll to a stop, bouncing up the stairs to the front of this castle. And you look at them, Trish and Johnny, and you realize these boxcars were made for you. Are you ready to drive them?
Johnny's gonna look at Trish. Trish, I'm sorry, but I think you and I work together really well. I think we have to work together one last time. And he's gonna hold out his hand.
And she, is in this like big ball gown and has a purse, and she's like, hold this for a second, and hands him her clutch. And Grandma knows Trish really well. You know, she's very athletic. So the skirt is like a tearaway because that's never going to fit in a boxcar, obviously. And she goes, maybe just this one last time.
Yes, Trish, let's go.
And both of your biceps bulge as you grip hands, Mississippi style. And you jump into these boxcars and begin racing out of this driveway. Can you both roll me a drive? DC 7.
Okay, that's perfect.
That's doable. That's doable.
And that was a rolled 7.
Yep.
I'm not cheating at all here.
Let's do it. Come on, Trish, you go.
A 2.
Oh, blow it up.
I'm going to blow it up.
Nice. That's a blow up with turbo tokens.
It's now or never.
I got
That's a 1.
I got a 6.
Hey,
Hey, double blow up.
Come on, baby. And a 4.
Okay.
Okay.
10.
Can
So you
do
got a
something
12
with
that.
on
Okay.
DC 7.
You
got a 1.
I'm gonna turn it in.
Finally.
I'm gonna use up my.
Okay, I will point out statistically that is the easiest die to get a blow up on. But I love this because you don't want to get injured right
I don't
away.
want
So
to
it
get
makes
injured,
sense.
and I don't want Trish to get. I want to seem cool in front of Trish. I gotta do
So
it.
It's
important.
insecurity based. I believe that 100%. So you use
100%.
that. That's the last time. This is
Yep.
a once per episode. All
Yep.
right, you blow up.
Blow up. Come on, 6. A 2. What was it? DC 7.
6. It was DC 7.
And I have 1 turbo token left.
All righty, you
baby.
spend it. You are out the door. You get your 7. You both make your way through this driveway section. Bullets are flying. You're speeding around in these boxcars, just cranking them on angles as hard as you can, using all the momentum from those stairs. And that's when you think you're going to run out. And Trish, you grab the back of one of the motorcycles that's taking off to go after Jax and the others, and you slingshot yourself forwards. And you grab your frenemy, Johnny Evans. You grab his boxcar and pull it with you, and you both fly out, knocking this motorcycle over on the way past and taking it out. You can hear the security forces behind you jumping into vehicles. Just, they're getting away! And they begin revving their cars, clearly coming after you in this instant. All of you are racing down the hill from Holiday Mountain towards the center of town. And that's when the SUVs come out of the driveway behind you. They are racing after you. Gunmen are starting to lean out the windows. Can you all roll me drive? DC 9.
Rooney.
I was going to say, for you, Holly, you can't roll drive, but I will let you, from my end, combine something for free if you could sell me something that would be helping Cole with what's happened.
These cars are coming up from behind us. I think it's that she has a bunch of dress as well, and it's all wet from being in the fountain. So I think she is, while the driving is going on in the back, starts ripping it off and then throwing it behind, like towards the vehicles pursuing
To try
us.
to just get the
So there's
wet newspaper
big-
slap
yes,
over cars.
exactly.
I love that. It's going to be a
Exactly.
separate roll, but I like that a lot. Roll me weapons.
Can do.
For you, it will be DC 12.
Okay.
Before we all do this, we're all making a drive check, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
So we have a group explosion opportunity.
Ooh, that is true. If you want to sell me different ways, the easy way at the gate is drive. We have a weapons and we have a drive. I need one
sorry.
person.
I thought everyone's using a different skill. I'm sorry. I thought it was everyone's using the same skill.
You need to use 3 different skills.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
right now,
There's 2.
there's drive and weapons.
Yep.
Is there somebody who wants to sell a way they would use a different ability for this? I think Cole's definitely using drive because he's got somebody in his vehicle. Johnny, you may be the
I
only
was going to
person.
say, can I use stunt? Can I try and...
What stunt do you want to do?
I feel like Johnny, he's not a good driver. He doesn't really understand how to drive, but he definitely understands how to Tokyo drift. Like he knows, like it's not necessarily driving, but he knows how to ghost ride the whip and Tokyo drift. So I think he can he's gonna do like kick the ass end of this boxcar out and have it hit an obstacle and flip over one of the motorcycles.
Okay, so yeah, there are 2 motorcycles and 3 SUVs pulling after you. You want to do a flip over a motorcycle
Yes.
that's closing too close. So yes, you can roll stunts.
We take
Stunts
it.
is going to be DC 7.
Okay.
7 for stunts,
And it's
12 for weapons,
Yes.
9 for drive.
and all of these are reduced.
Decreased
yeah,
one.
Decreased one.
So you will blow
Okay.
up on the highest number or the one below it.
Let's
Okay.
go. Let's go.
Give it a go.
I got a 5. You got
I got an 8 and it's a 9.
Yep.
And I'm using a turbo token.
So that'll get you to a 9. So you succeed.
5.
Trish fails.
Oh.
That's a 1,
That's the one.
but it's on a 20.
Yeah. So
You could get a lot of turbo
I was going to
tokens.
say, I think I'll take the failure and accept
10
half
turbo
of the turbo
Yes.
tokens.
Get into it.
Cashing in 10 turbo tokens. I will point out you rolled what? A 5?
Yeah.
You needed to get to
9.
a 9. If you wanted to give 4 turbo tokens to your friend Trish, she would succeed on her roll
Oh, can I give
for
from
drive.
Because I only had 3 prior to this roll.
I understand, but this is all kind of simultaneous, so I'm
Okay.
allowing it if you want to do
Absolutely,
Oh my
Trish.
God.
Absolutely.
it. So you don't have that turbo token, but you do get these ones.
These ones coming down.
Thank
So,
you, Holly.
and those are
Thank
spent
you.
Yep, toss them in.
because you've got it. So
That's what I
you
got.
succeed in your drive.
Yes.
There is another success on a drive. You successfully throw a piece of cloth back for the SUV that would have caught up and been able to open fire on your friend Trish. That causes it to lose control. You see it spin out in that way that no one would ever drive in an actual crisis, but in action movies, it happens all the time, where it careens to the left, hits a parked car, flips up and over it, and smashes into the front of a building before collapsing to the ground. Yeah. Let's get your roll, Johnny Evans.
Johnny also got a 1.
All right.
I've already used my...
Use your max, but you do
Bullshit.
have the ability to accept that number of turbo tokens if you would like to fail.
I think I will do that.
4 turbo tokens. Okay, I need you to roll me a tough DC 9.
Also not my forte. Don't sweat it, though. A 7, which I will blow up.
Oh, blows up at 8, so it's only 1 turbo
there you
token.
go,
So
yeah.
boom, blows up.
And a 9, which I will blow up to be a double blow up. So
Double blow up. So you spend 1, but you
Yep.
gain 2 more.
Yeah.
So it's a net positive for blowing
Love
up.
that.
Love
So
it.
Great.
D12s here on these turbies.
Love that for you.
He is the tan too.
Let's go 3 in a row.
11.
11. Well,
You're the toughest
I'm
son
the
of a
toughest
bitch.
man alive.
Triple blow.
Triple blow up.
Okay.
Johnny Evans can't be killed. He's immune.
He's wearing sunglasses. He can never
He
die.
can never die. And a 15.
That's a solid set
That
of numbers.
is.
So that's a 45. I'm going to say, Johnny, you Tokyo drift this boxcar so effectively because it's such a win. You crank it out, manage to do a flip over one of the motorcycles. While you are up there, you swing out a leg in a fan kick and kick the driver of one motorcycle. And as the boxcar flips, you spin over and kick the second motorcycle driver. They both take a kick to the head from you, collide,
Wow.
explode, and they are going to hit one of the cars behind them that needs to pass a tough, which they do. They are blasted aside. You have 2 SUVs pursuing you. They're going to open fire. I need Cole. Can you roll me a tough DC 17?
Oof.
These are for your box cars, not your physical selves,
Okay.
though it could, depending on the roll, hit your physical selves.
That's a 1. I'm going to use it. Treating that 1 as a max
Yeah.
roll die. I haven't done it yet. So
Yes.
Great. So that becomes a dirty 20. So it will not get you the GM powers, but it will get you a 20. It's also a blow up, so you get to roll again.
my God. 19.
So
Yo.
close, yes.
Can I blow it up?
I mean, you can. Sure. Go for it. Hell
Yes,
yeah. All right.
yes,
Never
yes,
stop blowing
yes,
up.
yes,
Move
yes,
the second
yes.
blow
That
up.
was double blow up then. So you get 2 more.
That was
tokens.
double blow up.
was-
You do get 2 more
yeah.
tokens. So there's plenty of reasons to do this. This is insane.
All right.
Do it again.
47.
That's not bad.
47 on DC 17.
Jesus.
Meaning you beat it by 5 6 times. Gunfire is raining out of these SUVs behind you as 3 more join the chase. Only they are not ready for Cole, Mississippi, because you do the one thing that nobody in any man-made boxcar would ever do. You hit the brakes. And as you come back, you play chicken with these vehicles, and instinctively they swerve around you, not wanting to hit you, because they see just the taillights you put into this boxcar. Makes no sense that they're there. But Cole, Mississippi has a brother who tinkers. And they see these taillights and swerve aside, slamming into parked cars. And you see the passenger seat shooters just hurled out of the vehicle and smash along the ground. And behind them, 2 more SUVs try to swerve and smash into the front 2 until there's just a wall of ruined SUVs that you hear them all smashing into, meaning there is no more pursuit. With that roll, all of the Uber Baron's forces have been defeated, and you continue your roll down to City Hall.
I say to Holly, the wheels on their bus go down, down, down to hell.
Cole, I never knew boxcars could be so amazing.
They're majestic pieces of machinery.
Wow.
Wow.
And it makes that sound because Cole flipped the little button that puts 2 playing cards in the front wheel so that it sounds like it's revving up faster and faster as it goes. You find yourselves out in front before he blows past you with his masterful driving. Trish and Johnny, you did successfully pull this off, defeat the enemy, and get away. Is there anything you say to each other as you race towards City Hall in your boxcars?
automatically, before Johnny can start pontificating, Trisha's like, listen, that was pretty cool what you did back there.
I think Johnny just winks and just drives. Just gives it the all.
One of you's really trying to be a better person. The other is Johnny Evans.
That's cool, I know it.
Yeah, shut up, baby. I know.
Tell me something I don't know. Yeah. And she instantly regrets saying anything.
Yes, of course.
That is a lesson. That is still a lesson to learn. And you make your way towards City Hall, where you can see ninjas manning barricades around the building.
I knew they were going to show up somewhere. I knew it.
Needless to say.
You may have destroyed all of the wealthy tourists and their bodyguards behind you as you look back and see the equivalent of the Springfield tire fire, only it's all SUVs on one street where they got boxcars straight to hell. And you're here. And you can see among the ninjas some carnies, some clowns, some carnival folk, because you never eliminated the Crooked Carnival.
Yep.
They were the one day that you were in your comas. And you pull up to the front, and all four of you climb out of boxcars. And one of the carnies steps forward and says, "What happened up there?" Pointing to the giant fire and pile of SUVs.
What's going to happen to all of you if you don't get out of our way? This is our town, you mean carnies.
Can you roll me a hot DC 3?
Can we do it?
Oh, no.
But I can re-roll my failure with a different skill.
That's true.
Okay.
Once per episode.
So I'm going to take that.
You rolled a lot of ones today.
You know, I'm on fire. Let's see. I'm going to re-roll it, I think, with a tough, where it's like she's got her ripped up skirt and a little bit of fancy, like tiny bits of blood. And
She's been engaged and
charcoal.
cheated
Yeah.
on tonight. She's not fucking around anymore.
Her vibes are so tough.
Strong Trish energy.
It's just mad dogging. Yeah, she learned it
Big
from
Trish
Patty.
energy.
The hair's blown back from going downhill
Yeah,
like
yeah.
130
Yeah,
miles an hour.
Bugs buzzing.
Yeah, it's all coming out her hair. I rolled a 3.
You roll a 3.
Okay.
And he's like, I don't know. And then he looks back and sees Cole, who has the Chestnut King and Queen hats, which I will point out. We now know 2 people got there first. So, Holly, Cole,
Yes.
congratulations on your improvised and speedy coronation.
Thank you.
As you
there a
put
jester
on these
hat?
hats, you find yourself standing and he looks and goes, I mean, Polaris said they go in if they win. He wants to do it all right or whatever.
Yeah.
And a bunch of ninjas standing behind him nod silently inside their all black clothing with their katanas slung over their backs.
From the father of a ninja, I respect your trade.
And they nod to you silently and say nothing. Wow. And they part. And you are able to enter as 2 more figures step up behind you. Trish, Johnny, you approach. And the carny steps forward and goes, "Are you guys the maid of dishonor and the jester or whatever?"
Yes.
Yeah, that's us.
All right, maybe. He turns to the king and queen and goes, "What's the embarrassing shit they did that everyone hates them for?"
Holly's a little bit of lower lip wibble. He kissed another lady after proposing to me.
Can you roll me a hot DC 7?
Okay. 4. I can get it to 7. I'm gonna get it in there.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty crappy, I guess. I mean, stakes are different for you guys than the rest of us, but yeah, he sucks. Okay, what about her?
I mean,
And I'm just like,
nothing really. I mean, she just came in. She came in last in the boxcar in this race to this location right here, right now. So that sucks.
Can you roll me?
Wait, before this, as that happens, Johnny realizes that this isn't going well, and he leans and he bends Trish over and he gives her a kiss.
Oh man, this guy can't stop throwing it around. Jeez.
Made a dishonor, right? She's into it, and he looks at you like,
Are you with him? Are you having an affair with him who's cheating on whoever he was with? You 2 are in love?
Patty cakes. Come on.
You love this?
Come on, Trish, come on.
that kiss fired me up like the fire from 1,000 suns, Johnny Evans.
Yes, Trish.
Can you roll me a hot DC? Oh, do you know what? DC 2, and with Johnny Evans assisting, it's going to go to DC 0. You can just roll to see if you blow up.
A 1. I'm going to make it to max.
There you go.
Yeah.
Immediate blow up. All right, that takes it to 10.
An 11.
That is a 21.
Yeah.
Everyone here buys this story because why would anyone say something flowery about such a douchebag if they weren't madly in love with him? And the Carney looks off and he goes, fine. Yeah, you two suck. And you two, whatever, just go in. Polaris, he's inside. Oh God. And ninjas turn and open the door and escort you inside. And this is the traditional city hall that you would expect. You've seen some of this. You haven't been up the tower itself, but there's an elevator at the end of this long entrance hallway that the ninjas escort you to and gesture for you to enter. Do you go in?
Yeah, we got here, so we're going through the door.
All four of you enter the elevator, and one of the ninjas leans in, and you're expecting them to hit the tower button. You can see the T at the top.
Uh-oh.
And instead, they lean in and hit the lower basement, the lowest floor, and lean back out. And the doors close, and the elevator starts to move down. And you all hear charming Hallmark theme music inside this elevator. And you're left standing there. Holly, you've now watched Johnny make out with Hailey Barris and your sister, Trish, in front of you. On this, the first 24 hours of your engagement.
Holly's standing there as she sees the ninja, and for a moment she's thinking, like, what are we going to do about this Polaris guy? What are we going to... And then she realizes the silence of them all standing together, and she goes to her hand, and she takes off her mom's ring, and she looks over at Johnny. Johnny, I'm just going to say this, and just don't interrupt me, okay? I'm not marrying you. And I'm keeping my mother's ring, and you really hurt me, which was really awful of you, and I can't do it anymore. I'm sorry, but no more.
Can you roll me? I think this is important because I feel like Johnny has a lot of not letting people touch his emotions.
Yeah.
So I'm going to check with you because this could be a roll, this could not be.
Yeah.
If you are trying to set up a defensive wall to not let her get to your feelings, then it's a roll.
Sure.
If you legitimately do not care that much, there's no roll here and you respond however you like. This is a question for Josh as a player. Does Johnny care?
This is like, I think in that same thing of constantly manipulating, it's not that he doesn't care. It's that he's not getting what he wants. So he wants, now that everybody thinks he's an asshole, now the only thing in the world that he wants is to like crawl out of that hole. So that's why he kissed Trish, is so that he can go back to Holly and say, I did it for us. If it wasn't for that kiss, she couldn't
I
have
would
got
say
in
this
here.
is still a manipulation. She's not actually, like the breakup does not actually affect your feelings in any sense.
Yeah.
So then you can just keep going. There will not be a roll.
Yeah. So that's when he's gonna start laying that on. He's gonna be like, look, Holly, I never meant to hurt you. That stuff I did with Hailey, her uncle is one of the most powerful producers in Hollywood.
I will point out you are all a foot from each other for anyone else who does want to say anything.
Can you guys just hold on for a sec, okay? If I didn't kiss her on that dance floor, I don't get that third movie, and I can't support us and our new life together, right? And I know that I had to do something that made you uncomfortable, Holly, but that's an act. That's what I do. That's how I make money. That's how I make us money. And it's the same reason why I kissed Trish. If I don't kiss Trish, she doesn't get in here, and now it's not the four of us. She's not the maid of dishonor. I dishonor Trish to honor us.
Johnny, I believe Trish, Patty, I believe that she was acting, but I don't believe you, Johnny.
It's because I'm so good at it, babe. It's because I'm such a good actor, and I need you to see through it. I need you to see through the act, and I need you to see Johnny Evans, the real Johnny Evans that only you know. And I'd never hurt you, babe. I'd never do it on purpose. I did it for us, babe. You got to believe me.
Cole, you remember and realize, and I think Trish, you also have this realization. It doesn't affect anything necessarily. You can act however you're going to act, but you realize Holly has not heard what everyone else knows, which is that he also slept with Hailey previously while they were dating. The conversation continues.
Don't bring any of that up.
Josh to Pam.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, Pam. Just step out for a second. Shut the hell up, Pam. You gotta believe me, babe. This is what I do, and I just want you to know I would sacrifice all of my dignity. I would be the friggin' chestnut jester if it meant helping you and helping us. You think I want to be the chestnut jester, babe? I look like an idiot. I'm wearing this tacky suit, but I put it on for you, babe.
My dad got married in that suit.
Well, it doesn't make it not tacky. It's still tacky. It's the 70s. It's fun. Like that was the whole. Anyway, it's not important, babe.
Johnny,
The tackiness of the suit is not on trial.
Johnny, I supported you in the city and did everything your way and made sure that you were taken care of and that you kept getting jobs and that things got smoothed over. But I'm not in your city, you're in my city, and you can't play by your own rules and expect me to just go along with it. No, Johnny.
You're making a mistake, babe. Big mistake. Huge. And one crocodile tear comes down from Johnny's face. You're being crazy, babe. You're being totally crazy right now.
Ding. The elevator doors open and you find yourselves in an underground basement room. It's more expansive than you ever would have imagined. It's clear that this is a long processional, dark, stone floors, stone walls. There's a stone ceiling. There's almost something sepulchral about it, something sacred about this space as you begin to step out, and you can see ninjas lining the walls. A ninja every 5 feet as you move forward
What's more
through the dark.
What's more sepulchral than ninjas?
And there is a large wooden door at the end. More ninjas await. You're assuming to open it for you.
And I lean into everybody. Look, my son said there's different types a person can be.
Okay.
2 of them. You can be a ninja, or you can be the samurai. I think right now we should be that other one.
Mm-hmm. Cole, what does that mean?
That's such a fair question.
Patty's like, thanks for saying
The most
something.
reasonable thing anyone said.
Honestly, fair question.
I mean, like, I don't know, like tough face and like, stiff upper lip and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
serious.
Yeah.
Okay. Some
serious.
great advice there, Mississippi.
Thanks.
Is that the samurai or the ninja?
What?
What are we?
The samurai.
The
samurai.
Samurai. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't get these ludicrous metaphors.
Some of the nearby ninjas are starting to fidget a little and look embarrassed, and one of them just points towards the door a little bit to where he's like,
Thank you.
you can
Okay.
go.
Yeah.
And I bow.
I honor your Bushido code.
They're not samurai, so that wouldn't work.
Oh, man.
And you make your way forward as a group, standing with stiff upper lips, ready to bravely face what stands before you, like the ninjas who hide in the shadows. You walk forwards and they open the wooden doors, and you step into a room where there is a stone throne rising up in front of you, pillars in the corners. And those of you who are from this town see there are paintings of all the mayors hung on the walls. Clearly, this is some kind of celebration of Hallmark space, something ancient yet current, something powerful yet old. And as you look at this throne, you see Polaris Rome, international terrorist for hire, sitting on this throne with ninjas all around him. There are 4 ninjas that you can see, one standing directly beside him on the throne and 3 more standing around the base, all fully decked out in black with their swords on their backs, facing you. And Polaris Rome says, "Welcome. I've been waiting for you. You thought you were so clever, didn't you? I bet you think you're here for America Force. You're here to kill me. You've made it to the end of the road. Am I right?" He's lounging, his red sunglasses on, a long flowing coat, one knee up over the armrest of the throne, just leaning back, his hair slicked back, staring at all of you so smugly.
I look at all the portraits on the wall, and I see my old friend, Red Johnson, the previous mayor. I look at the other mayor's portrait, John Wilkins. He's not as good. But I'm like, I know Red Johnson, pal. Let me just say, you ain't no Red Johnson.
Perhaps. But that's not what this is about. You think I'm here to sell this town like your stupid president? No, I'm a terrorist for hire.
What?
Nobody could take out this town. Think about it. Hallmark's hidden for so long. Hallmark is here. Hallmark's invested in by your government. Hallmark hides the internet. It hides all of the spring water. It hides the economy. Turns out it's just a man named Evan Economy who decides what things are worth and what they aren't under the basement of Holiday Castle. And it hid the master key. It opens up every Supermax prison jail cell in the whole country at the touch of a button. Oh, you look surprised. Some of those you didn't even find. Imagine all the other things that you weren't aware of. But the question you need to ask yourself isn't, why would I want to sell this? It's how could anyone possibly have gotten here? How could anyone from the outside defeat Hallmark? Well, they couldn't. And that's why they wrote this little speech for me. Because the only thing that could defeat Hallmark is, and the ninja next to him steps forward and says, Hallmark itself, and pulls away the ninja mask. And the 4 of you find yourselves looking at the face of Kelly Ringer.
Mom?
Mm-hmm. It's me. What? You know most of the ninjas. Because Hallmark's starting to change and we couldn't let it happen. And the ninjas start peeling back their masks. And you see not just Kelly Ringer standing at the front, but Mayor John Wilkins. And you see Janice Fimblewinter.
What?
Oh. I could smell her before I walked in.
She dropped a smoke bomb.
And you see Prince Jonathan Maximus Westwood of Castle Westbury. And Kelly says, this town is starting to change. Things were starting to be different. We couldn't let that happen. The government was just letting things happen. America was just letting things happen, and it was making Hallmark not Hallmark. We had to do something. You've all lived here. Some of you've lived here. Some of you just pieces of garbage from the outside whose only job is to teach people who left here to come back here and that this matters.
Me?
You left for the big city. And you were supposed to do exactly what you did, what Hallmark people do. You go to the big city, you date someone who's awful, you come back, you meet a small town guy who's wonderful, and you realize that this guy who's been kissing everybody slept with Hailey Barris, which he absolutely did early on in your dating because he's bad, and then you leave him to marry Cole. That's what you're supposed to do, and we set this up, but here's the thing. Hallmark has been the heart of America for so long. So long it's been the heart of America. And it does so much good. It makes people feel safe. It makes people feel warm. It makes people feel joy. It makes every mom in this whole city just gets to do laundry knowing that Hallmark is all around them. And it makes things easier because life is hard. And all of that is good. And we need to keep that exactly the same. No one can change the formula. And that may mean there are things about Hallmark that are not great. And we accept those. Because Hallmark can't change or it'll ruin everything. So yes, there's stuff we don't like. Yes, if you go around through the day, you're only going to see one person of color who actually talks to you. All of the rest will not talk. They will be in the background not talking. And do you know what? We're not crazy about that. but it stays the same because that's what Hallmark is. And maybe if there are gay people in town, they kiss inside their houses where none of us see it. And that's fine because, listen, all the other good is there and we can't let that change. We can't. And if people are going to change that, we are going to have to do something big, and so we are. Because if they won't let Hallmark stay Hallmark because they want to change it, well, then we are going to turn Hallmark into something else. We're going to turn this into the Great American City, GAC, where it all stays the same. That's what we're going to do. GAC. No more Hallmark, just GAC. And this was
This
was the only way to do it. It wasn't a great name, but we're not creative people.
Oh.
We don't have big city advertising agencies. We don't want those. We want the same.
Okay.
And I had to bring you back, Holly. There was no other way you were going to come. Not for any Chestnut Festival, and Hallmark needs to stay the same. So we made these choices because the world can't take and change Hallmark.
I can't believe you would do all this, Mom. And what all the attacks, all the people who have died. I saw organs exploding, and that's not. You can't just force people to stay the same. People have to grow up and they have to change.
That's not true. They stay the same, and you can make them. We are making them. It's what we do, and they all draw swords. I was hoping that you would join us. I was hoping you would just have a Hallmark journey, and this would all be fine. This was just supposed to be Hallmark, not combat. But instead, everyone's making weird choices. So we're asking you to join us. We'll give you black robes. We'll give you swords. This is all possible. You can see we've had so many people here. They got extra chestnuts in them. It's all possible. The prince joined. The mayor joined. This is happening. Even Janice Fimblewinter. She's been eating more chestnuts for a while now. They don't agree with her, but she keeps eating them. Because she cares about Hallmark. She's the captain forever. That's what you get to be. The one thing you are forever and nothing else. Because that's what Hallmark is. And we can't change it or it all is ruined.
But my life changed. Changed for the worse. My wife, Missy Mississippi, died.
And she had to. For you to be able to fall in love with the right person.
You gave her that disease.
Sometimes people die. And that's what Hallmark requires. Everyone needs to have people who die under strange circumstances. And they're never really explained. Not to you, not to anyone. It just happens. So that no one gets too upset. Because it's Hallmark. Look at a picture, hold in your feelings, and then don't talk about them too much except vaguely. Like Holly did about me. You are the perfect Hallmark girl, Holly. People are confusing you. The whole world is confusing you. You just need to keep that head empty. Just do what you were born to do. Be who you are. No one can change Hallmark. Just come up here and I'll give you a hug, and you can take over the bakery, and I'll stay here in the shadowy underground where we maintain Hallmark. And we'll be the great American city.
Mom, I've always loved you no matter how much we fought, and I thought you loved me. I think you just loved what you thought I was supposed to be. And she runs over to Patty.
Yeah.
I'm not going up there with you. You're still dead to me.
And the rest of you? Not you, Johnny Evans. No one cares about you.
Johnny was like halfway ready to say something. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Listen, I'm sorry, Kelly. We can't let you do this. We're not going to let you get away with this. Gak is an awful name, and it sounds like absolute bullshit. So you know what? Do your worst, but we're ready.
And Cole?
I mean, you killed my wife with a disease, and
She died. That's different than us killing her. Can you roll me a hot? DC 3. Oh, fuck. Well, you're going to solve this.
Oh, man.
7.
Yeah, they killed her. Not giving someone medical aid is still killing them.
Cole.
Laurel's been on my ass to have a wife ever since I lost Missy, Mississippi. And I have this here ring. This here family ring. Holly.
Cool.
Is your mom really dead to you?
Yeah. And she pulls out the other ring from her mom's marriage.
Maybe I was wrong. Maybe the samurai way isn't the way to go. Maybe the ninja way is. Ninja Storm!
We're throwing these rings.
All right. roll me a weapon.
Yes.
DC 5.
Oh my
Beautiful.
God.
5.
Yeah.
Got a
Hey.
16.
Yeah, get it.
Wow,
You know
okay.
Can
Should
I
pay-
make it bigger?
Blow it up.
I mean, I go for it.
Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah, why
spend
not?
tokens, blow it up.
Throw it right through the back of your mom's skull.
Oh my god, that's a 20. Plus
Oh, yeah.
17. So 37.
37. All right, you throw the rings. Cole, yours bounces off her chest. It would have been perfect if it was a ninja star, but it was not. However, your throw, Holly, so enraged, you lodge the ring in one of her eye sockets. It's pulled back her full eyelid, so her eyeball is just exposed and unblinking. And you hear her just say, "You're such a disappointment. Ninjas, attack!
Oh, God.
Kill the hostage!" Can you all roll me a wits? DC 10.
We'll try.
No ninjas, I'm one of you.
Hey, guy, who do you think the hostage is?
I rolled a 9, so I'm gonna blow it up to
Okay,
be a
good for you.
10.
I got a 16.
What did I have to roll? I
It was
rolled.
DC 10.
I rolled a 10.
Wits? You know what? Fuck it.
Yeah.
All right, you rolled a 6. You're throwing turbo tokens on
Yeah, I'll
there?
turbo that.
Alrighty,
I'll
blows up.
turbo that up.
Boom.
And a 5 for a 13.
And I also got a 13.
Nice.
Alrighty, you
Hey.
all watch as these ninjas draw their swords, pull out brown vials, open them, and chug what you realize is concentrated chestnut juice.
Oh my god.
And in the corner, you see one more ninja that all of you had missed. And they pull aside a black cloth, revealing Laurel, Mississippi. And they reverse their blade and are about to bring it down when all of you, with all of the energy, all of the chestnut energy, everything you've done, have one moment to act before these ninjas strike. Cole, your son is here and in danger. He says, "Dad!" And the sword is coming down towards him.
No! That's what I got. Jesus. I'm going to run towards him, and I'm going to use all my power to push him down as low to the ground as I've ever pushed anybody before.
This is a family rescue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, roll me. I would accept stunts or brawl. Which do you think this is? Is it the dive more to get him out of the way, or is it the brawl to shove him down?
It's the stunts because the numbers say stunts.
Coward. All right.
I'd like it to be the brawl.
Okay,
but
okay,
it's the-
No.
let's do the brawl.
Do the stunts. Do the stunts.
Wait a
I'll
minute.
support you with it.
Oh no, I have a D8. Well, listen, you want my D8 brawl?
If you want to roll brawl, what's everybody's brawl at? Because anyone is in this scene and could trade their skill to you one time this episode.
Well, I was thinking if I can assist, I would also want to help protect Laurel.
Okay, what would you do?
She's going to take off her crown and throw it at the ninja.
Okay, I like this. So we're
love
going to
it.
combine a weapons,
Yes.
and we are going to combine. I will let you combine your skill roll with a stunt. So you were doing the dive, she's hitting the ninja. Is there anything anybody else would like to contribute to this moment of Avengers-like action where everybody is striking? Perhaps if they could add one more skill, it would allow a group blow-up.
I don't know if wits is helpful here. Is hot helpful? at
How
all?
would it be? Just tell me on
Yeah,
what you're
no.
doing. We've got a weapons. We got the other. I mean, you are unarmed, but you are very capable of brawling if you want to
You're
go at
right.
one of these ninjas.
Yeah. You got
Okay.
a body count.
Yeah, I'll brawl.
All right, who are you going to go at? You've got Kelly, John Wilkins, the mayor, Janice Fimblewinter, and the prince, along with the still masked ninja standing over Laurel.
I gotta be honest, I'm fucking pissed at Kelly. She's the second mother that I've lost.
That's true too.
Yeah,
All right, you're
Kelly.
charging at Kelly.
Kelly.
What are
Yeah,
you doing,
I
Johnny
think
Evans?
Johnny Evans is having a crisis of conscience because everybody basically stood around him and called him a piece of shit. So he doesn't love that. He doesn't love that he doesn't, I think the worst thing is for somebody like Johnny Evans is to just be dismissed. Like that's his ultimate, you know what I mean? At least when he's the center of attention, he's good or bad, he's still getting attention. But to go to say something and just be like, fuck you, Johnny Evans, nobody cares. I'd be like, so I think Johnny has to he's got to make a grand gesture here. So seeing that you guys are going to go for the kid, he's going to take a lunge at Kelly.
Okay, so you're moving with Trish towards Kelly. So we have two of you going for Kelly and two of you going to save Laurel.
Yeah.
I will allow you guys, if you want to do these as your optional combined rolls. I can treat these as separate rolls because you're going different places, or if you want, we can add these up for your success, should you so choose.
I'm into the adding.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that. For the leap/throw to help Laurel, the DC will be a combined DC of 18 plus 5 for 23.
Oof. Okay.
For the lunge at Kelly, the brawl, and I would say brawl as well.
I was going to say brawl too. Yeah.
Great. Yeah, the brawl with Kelly, your DC will be, and I rolled another 18, so this is what the game wants. A 23 will be the DC all around, but you are adding them together. We have two brawls. But we will go with the Laurel thing first because we've only got one camera to focus on each time.
10.
10.
Hey, got a 10.
Ooh.
13.
That's 23.
That is 23.
I got a 2.
Okay, that's less ideal.
That's not great.
It's not great. Let's see. We had to beat a 23 as
23.
well. Okay, I can get a 21. Yeah, let's chill. It's on. It's like
That's cocked. You're going to have to reroll that one.
A 7. I got nothing.
I've got one. We do different
It could come from
things.
anybody in the scene. This is all one combined scene.
I've
So it
got
would also be
one.
possible for you want to get to 7, you want to get to 10.
I got one.
Yeah,
Do you mind?
So
Do
we
you guys
get
mind?
2 from...
God bless.
You get one
God bless,
from
God bless.
Holly
Me too.
and 2 from your
Thank
dear
you,
boy.
thank
So
you.
Kelly is innately distracted by the two of you moving to attack the ninja with Laurel. And then you lunge at her. So these add up. So that blows up.
Come on, Johnny.
Oh, Johnny Evans, you son of a bitch.
You ever did anything good?
Oh, a 5. It sat on 11 for a hot second and then went down to a 5.
So 15 plus
15.
2 for a
2.
17. So 23. I need both of you to roll me a tough DC 12.
I was going to say, don't say it.
Oh, dear.
I got a 5.
You got any turbos?
Nothing.
What do you need to get to?
Oh,
I need to get to a 12.
What did you roll over here?
I got a nat 20.
Okay. It's happening, people. So here are the rules I'm going to make very clear on this
fuck.
Nat 20. Josh can be game master
Shit.
for 60 seconds.
I didn't
Here
want this to
are,
happen.
I know, no one really
my
wanted this to
worst
happen to any of them
nightmare.
until it happens. I know Pam was very scared, so I'm getting a timer ready. Josh, you are the game master, which means you control the whole world. The only thing you do not control are these 3 people around the table. You cannot say that Trish does anything or feels anything. Same for Cole, same for Holly, because those are their characters. You do have control of Johnny Evans, and you can say anything about any other part of the world or manipulate it however you want, and it happens for 60 seconds. Are you ready? Too bad, go.
Okay, so the ninja that's going to stab Laurel decides instead to take his own life. He can't bear to stab a child, so he immediately puts the sword in his throat. And then Johnny Evans, realizing that Kelly could stab Trish, deflects the blow and turns the blade against Kelly, and puts the blade up to Kelly's throat and says, "You don't do that to my." He's talking like them. You don't do that to my fiance's friends. And then he's gonna he's gonna pluck the ring out of her eye, and he's gonna take it back, and he's gonna then snap her neck, and then he's gonna turn around and he's gonna get down on one knee in front of
10 seconds.
of Holly, and he's gonna say, "I've always loved you, and I want you to marry me again for the second time."
And time. Okay.
That was a lot.
What a choice. Okay. To remind everyone of what happens, you were divorced with Kelly's hand You just ripped her eye out, right? That was it?
And the ring, with the ring.
With the ring, okay.
And he's got the eyes,
He's
the
like,
ring's got the eye. And yeah, right at the last second, he flicks the eye out.
So so the ninja over Laurel, as you throw the crown, it smashes into this ninja's face, throwing them off. Cole, you tackle Laurel to the ground in the ultimate safety family meeting, at which point the ninja changes their mind deep down in their soul and says, I can't believe I'm doing this, and runs themselves through before slitting their own throat. It's the most violent seppuku you've ever seen, and you are showered in blood before their body falls forward and falls on top of you and Laurel. You're at the bottom of a blood pile. Johnny saves Trish from her injury, so she's saved, plucks a ring out of Kelly's eyeball, flicks the eye out of the ring, and then re-proposes.
In a Cole accent.
In Cole's voice. This happens.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Did you have that in your notes?
Oh, definitely. You know me.
Just
You were prepared for all of that, right? For that inevitability.
All right. You were proposing. This was your ambush round, so this is successful. Kelly is down on the ground. She can't move. Her neck is broken. But the prince steps forward over to you and says, "That's foul play, old boy," and takes a swing at you with his katana. Johnny, can you roll me a DC 20? I would accept tough or stunts.
Can I get in the way of this? He's
You are
proposing to me.
You threw.
Yeah.
He turned to propose, but he's at the top of the throne with Kelly,
didn't-
and you were down where you entered, having
see.
thrown stuff. So he turned around to be like, "I love you." And the prince is lashing out from where he stands.
I see. Can't
If you
close
want
the
to forego your turn
Uh-huh.
to leap forwards, I will let you roll a stunt at the same difficulty he would have faced. So DC
Right.
20 stunt to try to get him out of the way.
I'm just
Johnny
you
has
know?
a way of bringing him back in.
I just don't want him to die.
Well-
It's just a 4, so there's nothing I couldn't make it that far.
Great. I need you both to roll me a tough save, DC 15.
Okay. It's just a 5, so not that one either.
Come on, Johnny boy. I got another natural 20.
Big natch.
All right. Are you ready? Are any of us ready?
No.
So to paint this picture, she has leaped forwards to try to save you, failed to get there, a sword is leaping towards her to do damage. You did your roll. Yeah, you take a superficial
did,
point of
thank you,
damage
I
from the
took it.
sword as she gets slashed by the katana, and the Johnny Evans somehow limitless pills the world again. Go.
Johnny holds the ring out and proposes, and then sees the blade coming down, and with his free hand catches the blade and bends it backwards, and then sends it up into the prince's skull, killing him instantly. And then he says, it says something, a cool line that has a lyric from a Prince song. It says, "You wearing your own raspberry beret," and he cuts his head off. And then he pulls out from his back pocket the emergency medical kit he's had this whole time and he's forgotten about, and he dresses Holly's wounds while looking, and he gives a stern look to everybody else in the room and says, "You get out of here before I have to kill again." And he wraps a bandage around Holly's injury, curing her of all her wounds and imbuing her with a new strength.
Time is up. Okay, so Holly's healed. The prince is decapitated. Johnny is doing his best. Fucking nutcase. And he told everyone else to leave before he was forced to kill again. Johnny, prone to long-winded speeches against ninjas in a battle, which is a bold choice. All right, so he gives a speech. Can you roll me a hot DC 40?
Don't make
Be
me do it
careful.
again.
Be careful with her.
Hot DC 40.
Into the
Oh, God. Come on, 3 in a row. I'll just ruin the game. If I can get the natural 20, we all just have to go home. The game just ends. Oh, a 15.
Okay.
But that's all I can do. Just a 15.
A 15. Unfortunately, the ninjas are already striking, and your threat was not enough. They never trusted the prince. He was new to town. Kelly's neck, that's spooky, but now they're out for vengeance.
I get it.
Mayor John Wilkins is coming forward, swinging his katana. Can I get a tough from you, DC 15, Johnny?
We can keep doing this. We can do this all day. I'll kill everyone in this room. Oh, no, that's not good. That is a quattro.
You take your first injury level as the mayor's sword clashes down over you, and he says,
Shoot.
"For Hallmark." And Janice Fimblewinter lunges forwards at you, Trish, and says, "Well, well, well. Game over." She's going to lash out. She gets a 14. Can you roll me a tough DC 14?
Yes. Blow up. I got a 4. And I have nothing.
Here. I'll use my
here.
2.
Thanks.
How many do you need?
It's a
Oh, is
D6,
it?
so 2 will carry her over to a blow up. That's a 6.
And we are blowing up.
That's a 9.
That's a 9.
14, that's still 5. If you wanted to give her one more token, it would eliminate the possibility of an injury level.
Okay.
There you go. Another turbo token is spent. Combat continues. Those two have lashed out. Kelly is down, neck broken. The hostage taker is down, having killed themselves. The prince has had his head removed. John Wilkins and Janice are still in combat as 3 more ninjas race into the room, seeing what is happening. Holly, you see more ninjas bursting onto the scene. Laurel is down, being protected by his father. You are majestically healed by Johnny Evans, somehow moving faster and more impressively than he ever has before. What do you do? John Wilkins is threatening Johnny Evans. Janice Fimblewinter is threatening your friend Trish. More ninjas are coming in from the hallway outside.
Is there anything else in this room? Like, it's so dark. Is there anything else I can see in this room? Like, or
Roll me a wits, DC 5.
Great.
No, DC 8.
It's a 10.
That's a 10. So
Hey.
you see that the ninjas that have fallen down, some of them have their weapons, obviously. They all have katanas. They've got some short blades that they also carry with them. You're not seeing guns anywhere. As you look around, there are heavy statues. You even see that there is a fire alarm in the corner on the wall, clearly in case things become dangerous.
Yeah.
You don't see any vials of the chestnut concentrate, but they pulled them out of pockets originally,
see.
so it wouldn't be possible for you to see those if anyone still had more of them on them.
I think then it's just picking up 2 of the ninja swords on the ground and then stabbing into the back of whoever is attacking Johnny, because it's the closest combat.
Great. You're going for Mayor John Wilkins. Roll your weapons. It will be DC 22.
Woof.
Well, it's a 7, so that's not going to get me there.
All right. Take a turbo token. Can you roll me a tough DC 10? So we're now engaged in a sword battle with the mayor.
Nope, that's not going to do it either. 3. I'm probably hurt again.
Alrighty, yes.
I just
You will
got
take
fixed.
an injury level. You were hurt and then fixed and then hurt again. But remember, you do have advantage on your next roll to
Thank
act.
you.
Cole, you've tackled Laurel. He is safe. You are under a corpse that is bleeding out all over you, already dead. You are in the corner of the room as this happens. What do you do?
Laurel, are you okay, my boy?
Yeah, it was really scary.
I don't even know how you got here.
Oh, that's the vice president. He points to the body on top of you.
Oh,
Luna Grovermere, she's from town. Remember, she's from Hallmark?
yeah?
Apparently, she wanted Hallmark to be the same or something. It's very scary. Everyone.
So the government's in on it?
No, I think it was just her.
Oh, okay.
She hit the president in the head and then took me out. Oh.
Okay. Look, pal, I'm going to need you to ninja sneak, okay? Can you do that for me? Stay in the shadows and stay out of harm's way.
You want me to just hide under this body?
Yeah, okay, yeah, actually do that.
dead.
Okay. Okay,
I'm
and
dead now.
I stand up and I've taken one of the swords and I see the chaos around me. I see my love and she's just been re-injured.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen Johnny getting attacked. I've seen Patty. I've seen Trish being attacked.
It's okay, Cole.
And I'm just looking at the mayor fighting. I'm like, this administration's no good.
You're telling the truth, Cole.
Amen to that.
Oh my God.
Your lips to God's ears.
I raise the sword up and I say, friends, listen to me. I'm the most Hallmark person here. We gotta stop with this fighting, with this malarkey. This isn't what the ninja are about.
Roll me a hot. DC 13.
As the most
I hope you
Hallmark
get a
person
20.
here, I speak for
Please.
the ninja.
Now,
You can max it.
did I use this already?
I think so.
I think I used it already.
You could take half of turbo tokens.
Yeah, you could get-
or...
You can take half in turbo tokens. You could
Or
also
you could
re-roll a
re-roll-
different skill.
Yes.
I don't know if
I'm
you
going to
used that.
re-roll a different skill then. I'm going to use my wits
Yeah.
for this one.
Yeah, this is a clever plan.
Yeah.
I like that.
16.
Nice.
16. The DC was 13. Everyone in the room stands with their weapons clearly ready to strike, but you see some of the ninjas starting to look at you, and John Wilkins is looking at the bloodied weapon in his hands.
Friends, change is a natural part of life. If you change into the monsters you become, then that's the biggest change that could ever be changed. Is that the change you're willing to make? Or do you want to change? Hold on, I lost it for a second. Okay.
Can you roll me a hot DC 10?
Josh, get out of here.
Hold on, everybody. It's a 9. Can somebody give
can
me
give
some?
you one.
I think that's a 6.
It's a 6.
Yeah, I was
Does
like-
anybody have 4?
I have 4.
You want them? Sure, because I can throw 2 in.
All right, let's do
So-
2 and 2.
Yep.
It's the least you can do, Johnny.
Yeah, I know.
Thanks, Johnny.
Johnny did his,
You did
his
murder my
damn
mom.
best today. Yeah.
I'm at a 10 again. Okay, hold on. What I mean to say is change is a natural part of life, okay? Come on. What are we doing here? Killing people? Stealing nukes? Wanting to destroy just everything we've built over these many years? Ninjas, I know you don't like a fair fight, but I also know you guys like honor. Is this really the honorable way? A woman's eye just got plucked out and her neck broken. She was your leader. Think about that. Think about that. I'm the guy that makes the chestnuts. I'm the one who nuts. If I can change, I think we all can. Holly, we don't have to get married. Holly, we don't have to stay in this town. I'm yours.
Uncle,
Fate is what we make it.
we'll figure out our own future. Yeah, we'll make our own shop that doesn't have to be in Hallmark, that we can run together. Patty, Trish.
Yeah, I think it's time we leave this town behind for good.
Yeah.
And Mayor Wilkins,
Just a ninja covered with a bloody sword looking at all of you. Yes.
I knew Red Johnson, and you're no Red Johnson. I've used this previously within the last few minutes, but I think it's apropos. For shame, sir.
Is there anything you want to add, Johnny Evans? to
Johnny
this
Evans
speech?
is he's still on one knee with the ring, and he sees this whole speech and you guys talking about the life you're going to build together, and he just goes, so fuck me, right? All right, well, that's cool. Trish, you want any of this? Come on, you and me, you move to Hollywood. I get half the t-shirt money, Trish. Come on.
If I've said it once, I've said it a million times. Drop dead, Johnny Evans.
I'm sorry, Johnny, but this is goodbye.
Yeah, who cares? Let's wrap this up.
So all of you see the ninjas confused, and you realize that the radio in this room, the command radio, had been triggered by Kelly when she fell dead, struck down by your shitty ex-fiance's hands.
You're welcome.
And this speech, this idea of change, was broadcasted to every ninja. And you see Mayor Wilkins, and you see all of the hardcore ninjas realize who they are. And following the example of Vice President Luna Grovermere, they spin their swords around and commit seppuku.
Wait, you didn't need to do that. Wait a second.
Janice Fimblewinter looks at you and says, "A Fimblewinter always pays their debts," and kills herself, and it smells so bad.
Yes, it's suddenly. I can't believe people
Oh, shit.
I can't believe this.
No. Oh, Janice, no.
I think I want some chestnut gas. Cover up the smell.
I thought she smelled bad from the outside.
And you all find yourselves leaving, walking past smelly dead ninjas. Until you step outside, where there are so many dead ninjas.
Everyone's seen this horror.
That's not what I wanted. The blood on my hands is too much.
And Sheriff Chad T. Actionton and his deputy sheriff, Derek Beaudont, are currently taking the carnies into custody, all of whom are surrendering and agreeing that they will return to the jails from whence they had escaped. The Master Key is saved. America is saved. America Force will be able to swoop in once the gas clears in another couple of days. The ninjas are dead. The Uber Baron's forces all died in that SUV pileup after the boxcar.
Axel got disinterested and left.
He was in the very last car that ran into the SUV pileup that died. Before we go into figuring out what you are all going to do with your business, Johnny, you've been abandoned by everyone.
Yeah.
And you find yourself walking out into the night, still full of chestnut power, unsure what your future holds, knowing that after all the ritualistic self-endings that occurred nearby, it's going to be really tough for you to justify this to the press. And that means you might not be famous. It means you might not be anything. And that's when a man steps out of the shadows with slick back hair and red sunglasses. A man you all forgot during combat in the throne room. You find yourself looking at Polaris Rome, terrorist for hire. And he looks at you and says, "It seems like you lost everything, Johnny Evans. Do you know there's another side to the coin of fame that they talk about? Infamy is a friend. Would you like to be a name that no one could ever forget? Would you like to travel around the world doing incredible things, firing guns, setting off bombs, causing problems, and making a fortune doing it? Would you like to know that every government on Earth is obsessed with you?" And he pulls out a ring. "I've always loved your films, and I've always thought you could do more. How would you like to bring this planet to its knees and get rich in the process?"
And Johnny Evans, who's still holding the ring that he plucked out of Kelly's eye, looks back at Holly and these guys, commemorating and cheering. And he takes the ring and he just flicks it over his shoulder. And he goes, "You had my interest, and now you have my attention."
Well, normally I would say one of us should take the other's name, but I think there might be a name that could work for us both. Would you be my Mr. Blaze? Johnny Blaze and Polaris Blaze, international terrorists for hire.
Johnny takes out a new, fresh pair of sunglasses and puts them on and goes, "I do."
And he breaks the ring in half, and you both fold it into an earring that you put in place. And an Apache helicopter swoops down and lowers a rope climbing ladder, even though Apache helicopters do not have those. And you both climb up. He hands you a coat that's long and rippling and stylish, and you both climb onto the ladder and are pulled out by Apache helicopters with your clothes flowing behind you. And you all look back and see Polaris Rome, international terrorist for hire, escaping to live another day alongside his new business partner.
And I think as the helicopter turns or is leaving, you see Johnny turn around and goes, "Turn it up!" And then you just hear blasting out of the helicopter's loudspeakers.
Can you
Take me higher.
And it is the end to the weirdest and last Chestnut Festival that Hallmark ever had. Because it's time for the town to change. It's time for expectations to change. It's time for patterns to change. And it doesn't mean you leave behind all of the good parts. You carry those forward with you because Hallmark isn't a town. And that's the lesson all of you learn, except Johnny Evans. Hallmark isn't a town. Hallmark is a feeling. It's a sense of contentment. It's a sense of purpose. It's a sense of warmth. And just like the idea of America, the idea of Hallmark soars high above what Hallmark could ever itself be, because Hallmark is an aspiration. And so you move forwards, deciding the business you would like to run together or apart, knowing that you can grow together or apart, knowing that you, Cole, and you, Holly, may have a happily ever after, or you may not, or you may have a happily right now. And that's good. And Trish may find a business she loves. She may go back to the emergency room. She may spend all her time living next door to you and having that white painted house and having that brilliant future. Or she may go off and do something else that's super cool. All of the options are open to all of you. Bright new futures, full of the full range of emotions, but still full of Hallmark moments. Because Hallmark is in your blood. Whether you're an emergency room nurse and a baker, whether you're a chestnut farmer, but really, a man who grows a family. Whether you are a daughter, a friend, a photographer, an assistant, someone who grows stories, who builds lives for themselves and the people around them, and a guy who wants to blow cool shit up, look hot, and get rich. And in this Hallmark story, all of you get what you want. That's the end of Hallmark Never Stop Blowing Up.
Can you take me higher?